What is up, guys? I know it's been a while. It's been about 3 to 4 months now since my last video. So, yeah, today's video is just pretty much going to be me activating the new type of Topstep accounts, the one with the no activation fee. I'll be running over that, especially since it's on the new dashboard, which I'll get into in a second. But then I'll also show you guys like a small little payout that I had taken and explain some stuff as well when it comes to that, because this account is my first account on the new dashboard. I've never had any accounts on the new dashboard, even though it's been out for a while now. I don't know how long it's been out, but I know it's definitely been at least since the summer. But yeah, I've had a Express account. That's the one that I had taken the payout on for a while. That was on the old dashboard. So this is a little bit of a different process for me when it comes to not only like activating the account, but it was nice that the feed or the statistics updated live. It took a little while for some reason, like almost like an hour and a half. I thought it was quicker, as in, knowing that it passed or whatever, but still not a super big deal. But yeah, I'll quickly go over that. And then, like I said, I'll mention the payout, all the other stuff as well towards the end. But enough of that. So here's a little bit of the stats. I will say that these stats don't really matter. Yeah, on paper, these look nice. But in my case scenario, I'm just passing accounts as quick as possible. It's lucky that this looks as good as it does, essentially. You know what I mean? Like, it could have totally been the opposite way. But in my scenario, like I said, I'm just rushing through accounts, trying to build, as much allocation as I can and really have a lot of funding. I'm not saying I recommend to pass the accounts as fast as you can, but in my case scenario, that is what I am doing now. And definitely don't recommend that for someone who's just starting out, obviously. But yeah, enough of that. Let's get into activating the account. So quickly, because I already tried to film this a couple times, I realize it may or may not leak some important information. So I'm just going to go black screen real quick. Okay. And then once I get past that part, there we go. Now I can go back onto the screen. Okay. So here is all the, regulations and rules that you should definitely read through. Okay, we're just going to go here, continue, and then boom, as you can see, no activation fee required. This is a no fee account. You can proceed directly to account creation after agreeing to the terms. So yeah, again, this account all in is about $89 exactly, compared to the standard account, which they still offer, which is $49 up front. Once you pass, it used to be $149 activation fee. I believe they have now dropped it down to $129 activation fee. So a little cheaper, but again, if you're in a scenario where you're very confident passing evals and you just are trying to build your allocation, get them through, this is definitely the better option because you are obviously saving money. So we are going to agree to the terms here. Agree and continue. Your express funded account activation fee has been successfully processed. Again, we didn't pay a activation fee. And then here are some of the standard rules, which this one is a little different because for me as well, the 150, even though it's a $50 difference, but on the old dashboard, the old days of Topstep, it used to be $200 or more, and that's still what the Express account that I had to go by. It still had to be 200 or more. It didn't change. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish there, and that is it. Yep, account passed. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but here we are on the fresh new dashboard after activating the account. So yeah, this is what it looks like. And then here it is on Topstep X as well, balance 0, everything fresh start. So that's pretty much it for this. Nothing too special if you've activated an account before on the new dashboard, but if not, you got to see what it looks like and experience it with me as well, because I have never done it before. So that is basically it for activating the account, and then I'll quickly show you guys here. Here is the payout that I had taken on the 24th of November. So this was a couple days before Thanksgiving, and this was actually perfect timing because I was on a trip when I had taken this payout, and it had pretty much paid for the trip itself as well as some brand new clothes and other things that I had bought while I was there. So very cool. Thank you, Topstep, for that. And that's it with those two things, the activating the account and the payout. Now I'll quickly just explain for the absentees, as well as you can see this account that I had that I had just blown after the payout was from March. That's because one, it was on the old dashboard, obviously, since it was from March. But then two, I wasn't really trading Topstep too much over the summer. And while I wasn't taking it too seriously on this account, even though, I mean, that was just stupid on my end. But I did have it like a little bit in drawdown, and it was kind of like ping ponging back and forth. And then now, once I consistently got back into trading Topstep, that is when I literally took it out of drawdown so quickly, got it pretty much up to like, I think that's like 1100 or something like that, and then just took the payout because I was starting to get emails that they were gonna move over to the new dashboard and all that and close the old dashboard. So I was just like, okay, I'll run it up, take the payout, and then either see if it's gonna go to zero or like 5K off of 2 contracts, something like that. I don't know, just pretty much just see what I could do on the account. And yeah, it did get blown since there was only $500 worth of balance left after the payout. But I just wasn't trading Topstep too much. I was trying other firms throughout the summer, and I wasn't like too consistent over the summer, I will say as well. But after trading other firms, being in their funded phases and everything like that, I pretty much realized I don't need to go anywhere else. Topstep's really the only one I need to stick with. And that's just because of all the like either weird consistency rules or like my funded futures has a very stupid inactivity rule. Like a lot of these firms have it, but my funded futures is literally like 6 days or something like that. So if there's literally a whole week of like no setups that are present, well, you're kind of either you're not really out of luck. But again, I didn't know it was 6 or I'm not even gonna say it, but I don't know if it was around a week, and I would assume it would have been only a month, and they had closed it because it was a very bad trading week. Yes, if I'd known that, okay, I could have taken, a long or short, doesn't really matter, off of one micro, but I didn't really think that their inactivity rule would be a 1 week. So, not cool, my funded futures. But yeah, I'm pretty much just sticking with Topstep from here on out. I'm gonna really just try to grow max allocation on Topstep and not really worry about other firms because that's just unnecessary noise to me. So yeah, that is the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I don't really know what the next, few weeks or days or whatever is going to look like in terms of videos. Hopefully I can start to make some either live trade like unedited videos or just some, I don't know, maybe more payout videos, something like that. I don't know for sure, but I'm not saying I'm going to be consistently making like daily trade recaps again. Not only did those kind of get boring for me, but I would assume they got boring for other people. And I've pretty much, I think I've already mentioned it too, like got the use out of the videos of trade recaps that I needed to. So yeah, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. And then hopefully it's not too long till I make another one. See ya.